Alright, hello guys, how's it going? My name's Asai, or my username is Asai Fubuki, and today I'm recording some FFBE. Now, I apologize for the frame rates if they do sort of choppy and whatnot, stop start, Nox has been pretty bad for it at the moment, but otherwise it's usually okay. Today's video is more of a kind of a nitpick than anything. And it's all to do with this, the steel castle of Melphinakis or whatever his name is. I don't actually. Oh no, Melfikia. Regardless, it's to do with the steel castle. So, from my experience, people complain about this game, and I can't even think of the word. A substantial amount more than they ever need to, right? I could log into like Facebook or probably Reddit and it wouldn't change a thing. I could join a Discord and people would still be complaining about anything and everything they can about this game, right? Because people are little bitches. They're just literally out to complain about everything. And that's fine. There are a few problems I've got with the game, but those are like genuine problems. So I'm going to do a couple runs of the Steel Castle and hopefully get to a point to show you what my problem with the Steel Castle is. For now I am after magical stuff for my Trans-Terra, since she's needing the gear the most at the moment and there's nothing else I really need to enchant. So my problem with the Steel Castle is a lot of the times you'll run through it, you'll clear it, but you'll still get a bunch of shit choices, as in 1%, 3%, ones that mean nothing, because like, what? That, and overall, to be fair, that's not even the problem. The problem I have with this is that it comes up often multiple times throughout the run, where it's doubled up, like 1% attack, 1% attack, and 3% health, or various combinations of all of these options that the game can present you, and it happens regularly beyond belief. Like this is fine for a start, it's whatever, it's the first level, you don't expect 15%. That's fine. Another issue that I had that I'll just point out real quick is once you get to the past the fifth orb, they still give you 1% and 3%, and I feel like that's just a trashy thing to do. Like, it's just making this more of a grind than I feel it needs to be, but then again, that is just my personal opinion. Obviously, they want this to be a grind because they want you to spend money on Lapis to purchase refills. It is a mobile game. That's what they're all like. And compared to a lot of mobile games, Brave Exvius has done quite a lot to be a lot better than a lot of the ones I've actually played, in terms of the whole pay to do something system. Like, they give out quite a lot of freebies, like we get the raid orbs for this, the Steel Castle, whenever we progress through the tiers each time it comes out, they give us like 20, 30 orbs maybe? I don't know, I'd have to check the rewards page for an actual number of orbs. But yeah, I just thought I'd make a small video and try and showcase what it is I'm on about. I don't know how long like, I might have to even do another refresh because it might just give me god rolls. The other thing that I was mentioning though, what was it? I can't remember now. Oh, yeah, okay, so with 7 stars being released, obviously bosses and stuff have to become harder, or else players just steamroll them. Completely understandable. Except for the part where they decided to make bosses almost 100% unbeatable without gear. Like, I fully understand you want people to play your game or pay to play your game. Like, you know, you make money off of them retrying or doing other things. But there have been, in particular, two really ridiculous bosses. The second time the boss came around, it was actually slightly more balanced than the first one ever was. And by that I mean the first one was actual trash. Like, it should never have been a concept to that extent. So 90% of, or no, I don't actually think there is a character that doesn't use mana. Okay, so 100% of characters in this game use mana, right? And the first time the boss, what was it, Hisako? It was like a fan created boss, I'm pretty sure. And the first time she came around, me and I would have to assume a lot of other players only beat it through like the 5% chance that it had to not drain your mana for a turn. So yeah, that's a thing. Because it's preempt, like, you start the fight and the boss gets first turn technically. Like, it's still your first turn, so turn counter would still be at 1, but it gets a preemptive strike. And that means it does something. And this boss in particular drained your mana pool. Drained everybody's mana pool. It did a bunch of damage. I'm pretty sure the meteor, or whatever it was, did a bunch of damage to every unit, so you couldn't even defend from it in any way, shape or form, because it was an AoE, and even when you had a tank, you still couldn't block it in any way. So the problem with that is, as you guessed, you'd start the fight with not being able to do anything. And every turn that unit, like that boss had after that point, was literally just using the mana drain over and over and over and over. And it was literally so bad that fight was almost a give up. Like, I almost gave up that fight. I got lucky because it was killable. It was very much killable. But I got super lucky and it didn't drain my mana for one turn. And those that could regenerate mana enough to then give mana, so my White Lotus, Lotus Mage Fina, this unit here, she had enough mana to cast this, and Ace had enough mana to cast his one, which obviously translated into everybody else having mana to cast their damage spells, which they just set up. Because Trans-Terra didn't cost too much mana, I could get away with it first turn, and then second turn I'd have to hope to have mana to set it up, like activate it. Wait, no, because second turn made it 0, so third turn, sorry. So third turn I had to have enough mana for the Trans-Terras to do their thing. And by that point, it was 100% luck of the draw. When the boss came around the second time though, it did similar stuff, except after the preemptive strike, it sorta drained your mana. It was like 4 turns later that it actually did something like that, but it was very much recoverable because it wasn't a persistent kick in the groin. Like, you just weren't getting your mana pools emptied every second. And that honestly, that was the problem. It feels like that with a couple of the other bosses where they just straight up have moves that are ridiculous. Like, I was trying to... Okay, so here's... Okay, I'm gonna put that other thing aside for a second, because here's exactly what I mean. This is like run 7 or run 6, and I'm getting this kind of shit. Like, fuck off. This is not... This is what pisses me off the most with it, is because I shouldn't be seeing 1%. Okay, sure, whatever, 1% are in the pool. I shouldn't be seeing 2 of the same 1%. This is honestly a joke. They need... I would hope they fix this. Out of everything, just make it so that the same thing can't show up. You can keep your 3 1%. Whatever. I can't really complain about that, because that would probably make everything else easier to get if that were the case. Like, I haven't gotten anything. Because the best ability, which is the only thing I can really show, what am I doing, is this. Like, this is the best thing you can get for this particular weapon. Oh, that was wave 5. But still, it shouldn't be a thing. But yeah, back to the other point I was on about the bosses, is that they're ridiculously strong because they're trying to keep up with this 7-star meta that they've created, and it just seems kind of redundant as a gameplay feature as a whole. Like, to beat a lot of the bosses, you actually need like a really set up team. So while I have like super good units because I've played for a couple years now, you know, it still shouldn't feel like that. It's like, it's not even fun to fight the bosses. It's literally, I haven't fought the bosses because I don't want to set up a team just to survive their first turn, only to then have to grind through 50 more turns of survival. And that's like, I don't know, it's a Final Fantasy game, sure, but I'm not going to complain about the other bosses. The one-shotting things are fine. Like, that's tolerable. See, this is like, why is this a 1%? This is fine. Like, I'm not complaining about the rewards I'm getting. It's just the doubles up and the low numbers showing up so fucking consistently. Like, I don't know if we have a chart. Why am I using your elemental attack? It's bad to take you in. Like, these Hyos probably also have elemental attacks. But yeah, like, it's just a few things that make this game seem not right. Like, a lot of people complain about the summon rates of things, and I can agree with them, but I still don't really find it too big of a deal. Like, that's the main draw, is you've got to summon the units to get the stuff. On a super side note, like, this is a very minor complaint, is like the TMR percents go up way too slowly. From memory, it's like 10% to get 0.01, no, 0.1% towards 100%. So you have to do that like 10,000 times almost. And that like, it's a super grind. See, this is wave 7. This is why it annoys me. This is also why it annoys me. I might not even have to fucking make more than one run, because it's proving itself as it goes. Like, you can give me these trashy rolls, that's fine. I don't mind going through this fight a couple times to maybe have one good attempt. I just shouldn't be seeing such trash rolls, though. It's honestly just pathetic. But yeah, with the TMR percent, oh, the thing needs to die real quick. I guess this is a bad unit to, yeah. Do I have any of these guys with percents? Here you go. This is the friend unit. So he's obviously been using his Onion Knight, as it's got 0% percents. So every time you do any sort of fight with a unit, anything that would cause your unit to maybe level up from a fight, you get 10% chance to go up by 1%, 0.1% here, and you've got to get this to 100%. I wouldn't really find it would hurt the game if it was like a 20% or maybe a 0.3% instead of, not a 0.3, like a 0.3 up, like percent up here, or just something different. Just please upgrade that. It's definitely not on my list of things to really complain about, because I just use Nox, I let Nox go, Nox does its thing, you know? It goes off, it starts farming TMRs when I don't need to farm events and raids and such. So anytime I'm not actively playing on my phone, I leave Nox to go do TMR farming, because Gumi have let us do that. They don't let Japan do that. Japan has their own little server, and yeah, they don't let Japan users do this kind of thing. So I guess that's a plus side for us. But yeah, otherwise it's still pretty trashy. Like, hey, we got a decent roll. 7%. There's still I have 2 attempts left. Like two runs left. And it's gonna do shit like that, man. Every time. It takes so much effort to get anywhere. But yeah, I think I've made my points on the other things known. I can't really show footage. I should have said this earlier, but I can't show footage of the fight. Maybe someone's got something up of YouTube of the old Hisako fights. There should be something somewhere. I would hope so anyway. But yeah, otherwise I have no footage of it. I don't think I streamed it either. But even if I did stream it, it would have been past 30 days ago. So the VOD would be removed. And I wouldn't be able to go get the footage. Which is kind of unfortunate, but I thought I'd make this my first video because this Steel Castle leaves tomorrow. I was supposed to do this a couple days ago. Yeah, it leaves today sometime. I was supposed to do this like a couple days ago. See, like this is fine, but none of these rolls are what I'm after. So overall it's mediocre, but though seeing that kind of stuff isn't a problem. It's the low ones that in these higher fights you just don't expect it. Like I assume it was supposed to be something like that where it was progressional. The rolls on the rewards actually used to be pretty nice, and I made a few really good weapons back when this first started. But otherwise, it seems like they've tweaked the numbers upon re-releasing them, so things have gone south pretty quickly. And whatever, I'll keep playing this because it's a nice little time waster and it gives me something to do. But yeah, we do get the Christmas units soon, which is nice. So hopefully they're good. We'll see how it goes. Might make a new video on FFBE. Maybe if I can find another boss similar to the Hisako fight, where it's just utterly ridiculous. I mean, I could showcase the cursed dolls, but they don't seem too difficult. I don't know, I haven't really looked at it. Yeah, see, like, this is garbage. Keep my old one, which has really high rolls. Yeah, stop doing fanfare, stop winning, stop fanfare victory. Okay, cool. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. If you did like the video, please drop a like. If you didn't like it, dislike it. If you want to say something in response, feel free to comment, make a video, do whatever you do. If you like it, please subscribe. I'll catch you next time.